The Mojave Desert is characterized by its stillness. To the naked eye, this stretch of the American Southwest is a desolate expanse of sun-scorched rock. In 2018, a private geophysical firm arrived in a remote valley to map lithium deposits. Their objective was commercial: identify the rare minerals necessary to sustain the growing global demand for battery technology. The team utilized seismic tomography, a process that functions like an ultrasound for the planet. By sending sound waves deep into the crust, researchers can create a three-dimensional map of the subterranean geology based on how those vibrations reflect off different layers of stone. Under normal circumstances, this region of the desert yields a chaotic profile of shifted fault lines, of volcanic deposits, and fractured tectonic plates. Mapping this natural geological mess is a standard part of resource extraction. The engineers set up their monitors expecting the typical jagged irregularities of the Earth's crust. That expectation changed at a depth of exactly 4,200 feet. The chaotic geological patterns abruptly stopped, replaced by a massive structure that showed absolutely no signs of natural formation. The scans revealed a grid of monolithic pillars rising 300 feet, arranged in concentric circles, forming a 5-mile-wide labyrinth buried in prehistoric bedrock. Remarkably, the margins of error between these massive structures were measured at less than a single millimeter. Geology produces intricate patterns, but it does not produce perfect right angles spanning miles, and it certainly does not naturally seal these impossible geometric forms beneath an entire mile of solid, completely undisturbed prehistoric crust. Analysis of core samples above the grid provided a chronological marker. The stone sealing the structure was dated to the late Miocene epoch. This identifies the formation of the rock at approximately 7 million years ago. For context, the earliest known advanced human civilizations, such as those found in ancient Sumer, appeared roughly 12,000 years ago. Even the oldest megalithic sites currently known to archaeology are relatively recent when compared to the 7-million-year-old strata of the Mojave. At the time this structure was trapped under solid stone, human ancestors were still primitive primates. The presence of a high-precision, miles-wide structure in Miocene rock indicates that an advanced engineering project was completed and abandoned long before the first humans appeared on the planet. The research team attempted to share these findings with the journal Nature. Within 48 hours of the initial data transfer, the firm's local servers suffered a total hardware failure, destroying every digital record of the seismic scans. Bureaucratic intervention followed. The Department of the Interior revoked the firm's drilling permits, officially reclassifying the valley for critical ecological preservation. Representatives from a private aerospace contractor required the researchers to sign lifetime non-disclosure agreements. They were given a clear choice: comply and keep their careers, or face professional ruin. By autumn of 2019, the valley was entirely fenced off and guarded by unmarked vehicles. Official maps began labeling the site as a military radar calibration range. The speed of the lockdown suggests the authorities recognize the discovery as a direct contradiction to established history, opting to remove it from the public record entirely. While digital data can be erased, a 5-mile-wide physical structure continues to interact with its environment. Residents in isolated towns miles from the military perimeter began reporting a recurring physical phenomenon. Every night at 3 a.m., a low-frequency hum ripples through the ground. It is a steady, resonant vibration that can be felt in the body more clearly than it can be heard by the ear. To find the source, independent seismologists placed private acoustic sensors around the perimeter of the restricted zone. The sensors recorded a consistent energy output. The data indicates that the buried structure is currently drawing power and emitting a constant signal. The sensors identified a repeating frequency of 432 Hz, originating 4,200 feet below. Acoustic studies note this frequency for its mathematical relationship to the Earth's crust. The machine uses it to achieve resonance with the planet, vibrating in unison with the rock. The military lockdown exactly coincided with the machine's transition from a dormant relic into an active, energized system. We are accustomed to seeing our history as a straight line of human progress. But the Mojave anomaly suggests we are merely one chapter in a much older narrative, and if the machine completes its sequence, we may find ourselves at the end of it.